Western countries have started recognizing the statehood of Palestine. And, I'm here to talk about it, like what is going on, like what is happening, why now? That is actually the question. Why now? You know, the bloodshed has been going on for far, far too long. None of this would have been a problem. It wouldn't have been a case if it wasn't for Western countries. They are the one that actually, set up the state of Israel, and supported all of its atrocities up until today's date. Even all the bombardment that is going on in Palestine, where do you think, all the bombs are coming from? Who is supplying Israel all those, ammunitions? It's the same Western countries, right? They're the same people that will be, on the news saying that, oh, Israel have to let the aids in, let the food enter for people to eat. We have sent food, we want to send the food to Gaza, but Israel have to open up. But at the same time, they're asking Israel to open the gates for aid. They are giving bombs and bombs to Israel to keep bombing the same people that they want to be feeding. Like it's very psychotic. Like if you think about it, you know, you are talking about feeding the same people that you are trying to bomb. You're giving bomb and giving food at the same time. What is that? That is sick, right? And this has been going on forever. It did not start on October the 7th. We can talk about October the 7th all we want, but it didn't start on October the 7th, right? This particular phase we are in, yes, you can say that that commenced on October the 7th, but this whole problem in general did not start on October the 7th. We all know that this is it's been going on for 75 years, right? So, why now? Why now you want to recognize the statehood of Palestine? Why now? You are trying to wash your hands off of the blood of the Palestinian people, like the innocent children that have been killed. Do you know how many thousands, tens of thousands of innocent people have been? They are buried under the rubble that people don't even know how many people have been killed. They are only counting the people that they have been able to lay hands on their body and identify them. The people that are under the rubble that people don't know the exact number of people that have been killed in that place, right? And every day Israel keep proving to the West that nobody can control them. Like they do whatever the hell they want. Even though the West support this genocide that the Israeli government and people have been afflicting on the Palestinians, you know, they want to be able to wash their hands off of it before it is too late. But I'm saying that it is already too late. You recognizing the statehood of Palestinians, it doesn't depend on what you say or what you think. Whether you say that you recognize the state of Palestine or not, the state of Palestine have existed for thousands of years and it's going to be always like that, whether you accept it or not. And just because you're coming on air, CKA Stammer, CKA, what is his name? Macron, and the other guy from Australia and Canada, just because you guys went on air to say that you recognize the statehood of Palestine does not make you, what's the thing? It does not exonerate you for the crimes that you have committed in Palestine. All of you guys have sent aids to Israel to bomb the Palestinian people, to destroy the Palestinian people over the years, right? And you've been doing it so proudly. Yesterday, you're coming on air saying that you recognize the statehood of Palestine. It does not change anything. You can go ahead and recognize the statehood of Palestine all you want. You are still guilty of genocide. You are still guilty of war crimes. Like there is no running away from this. America is the only last one, the last big giant that is still standing and, on their business, even though they know that they have been supporting genocide. But this is nothing new. If you have been following the American government for the past 100 years, afflicting conflict or how do you call it, waging war on countries and civilizations is like their go-to moves. Like that's the only thing, that's the main thing that they are really, really good at. Like literally waging war on, smaller countries, less powerful countries and destroying them and, for whatever, reason, whether it be it minerals, or policy, whatever the case may be, right? They have been doing that for years, so that's why it's not even bothering them. It's not like a big deal to them, whatever. So, but yeah, man, the Europeans countries and the let's just say the West, that's the political term they use for them, right? All the member states of NATO, the West, they have now started to yeah, recognize the statehood of Palestine. And the statement they are saying is that yes, this they believe in the two-state solution. There should be Israel and Palestine. The land should be shared into two, using the 1968, 1967 borders. With the capitals as Jerusalem being divided into two, half of it for Israel, the other half for Palestine. And I've said this before. I'm going to say it now before I end this, video. Um, Two-state solution is not a solution. I'm sorry. I said I thought before the beginning, or right at the beginning of this genocide on Gaza. I believed that the two-state solution was a reasonable solution. I believed that it could have worked. But after seeing the kind of destruction, the kind of dehumanization that Israel has afflicted on these people, I swear to God, I cannot see a two-state solution as a viable solution, as something that will last, permanently. It's only a one-state solution, and that one-state solution is the state of Palestine. Simple as that. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. What Israel has done, they will never ever be able to come back from it. What Israel has done as a country, as a people, no matter where they go from now, it can be 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. Like, bro, you cannot even criticize Hitler anymore. Hitler was like the unanimous victim, I mean, not victim, but villain for every society on the face of the planet. Because the West, again, demonized Hitler so much in the movies, in the books, on TV, everywhere you look. Hitler was like the human form of Satan, the devil, up until the Israeli government decided to, live broadcast their genocide on innocent, Palestinian people. This is crazy. And because of that, people don't even look at Hitler like the way they used to look at Hitler before 2023, how they call it, October 7, massacre started, right? Since then, things have changed. People mentality, the way even people perceive you, receive you, when you open your mouth and say that you are an Israeli or even that you are a Jew, it's completely different. It's completely different. And this is all on Israel, man. And I believe, like I said earlier, there's only a one-state solution, and that is the state of Palestine. You know, Jews have been living for thousands and thousands of years. If you go in Iran, I think there are even more Jews in Iran than Israel, if I'm not making a mistake. You understand? There are millions of Jews in Iran. There are Jews in Tunisia, in Morocco, in Egypt, in almost every part of the Arab world. I don't think there is a single country in the Middle East without a Jew ethnicity, in it. You know what I mean? Like, so the Jews and the Arabs, they have been living together for years. Now, people coming from Europe calling themselves Jews, they are actually Zionists, I prefer to call them, but they call themselves Jews. They are the one that talking about supremacy, how they're the chosen people, they did it and all these things, and they have all these wild, crazy takes, like they have to kill all the children of Amalek and all the babies and the donkeys and like that is some cannibalistic, ending of the world shit, and nobody want to deal with that. But that is the reality. And again, like I said, I know this is an unpopular opinion, but I don't really give a damn about unpopular opinion, because if I did, I wouldn't be here talking. And my opinion here is that there is not going to be an Israel. It can be 20, 30 years from now, 50 years from now, I don't care. The only the only true pathway to peace is that there is a one state in that land, and that state is called Palestine. The Jews have been living amongst people for God knows how long. they can definitely live amongst people in that on that same land that has been called Palestine before. It's always been called Palestine until the British and the Americans decided to invade the people community and try to take a big chunk of it and give it to a people that they themselves have destroyed in their own neighborhood, in their own community, in their own lands, and try to ship them off to other places and try to show them that, oh, we are going to support you, we'll give you all these bombs and all these things so that you will not remember the kind of crazy stuff we did to you back in the 40s. Like, this is crazy, bro. And yeah, like I said, that is it. That is the only solution, man. One state solution, and that is Palestine. Free Palestine.
Like, follow and subscribe.